Okay, so this week, Raw came from London. Of course, you probably already know the results. Began with Bray Wyatt. Man, did he have the crowd eating out of the palm of his hands. That ending for the main event when it was Harper versus John Cena, and they show Bray walking down, and there's thousands of people with their cell phones out in the lights. They're swaying back and forth, and you hear them start to slowly begin to clap in unison along to the music. That's ridiculous. Of course, I'll be flying back from Las Vegas during Payback, or the day of Payback, so I'm not going to make it to Chicago to see that, but just to be in an arena with that many people entirely feeding into one character and listening, like every word that he says is just ridiculous. I mean, Bray Wyatt currently has the best character in the WWE, bar none. So he cuts a great promo about how he's going to destroy John Cena. About how he's going to destroy the fairy tale, the superhero that exists. Great way to play up the Super Cena angle. Then of course, I'm bookend this, because that's how they did it with Harper and Cena. Harper and Cena end up having their match. Usos come down to give the backup that John needs, so his wife family gets involved. He's got people to help him out. Harper hits a Hurricane Rana. John Cena hits a Hurricane Rana. At this point, I want to see Harper and Goldust, who are probably the two best current luchadors the E has of the main universe. Great match, nice hard hitting. Usos get involved, the other Wyatts get involved. Bray Wyatt's sister Abigail in the world. They beat down on John Cena, sister Abigail at the top. Sees the whole world in his hands. While Harper counts to 10. Great way to end it. Just sick. Worked great. Cesaro took on Sheamus. Not as good as their match from main event last week, but still a nice, solid, hard-hitting match. Heyman got involved, which allowed Cesaro to get the win. Heyman again knows how to work a crowd. Did a great job with that opening promo. Did a beat the clock challenge to decide the number one contender for the IC Championship belt. Alright, I know they just finished doing a tournament, which is what led Barrett to become champion. And then, like, not even a month ago, they did that fatal four-way match, and then the triple threat match decided he was going to take on the IC champion. Maybe just do that with, I don't know, other titles. Like the tag belts. A beat the clock tag match could be pretty interesting. So Big E Langston had a match. Not a bad match. Took on Payback. You know, went like a little over 5 minutes. 5 minutes and 2. She went 5 minutes because that way then, you know, his theme song is I Need 5. Big E won that. Second match, ADR versus RVD. At 4:15, Rob Van Dam won that match. I think Rob needed to wait 5 more seconds. I think Rob Van Dam waiting at 4:20 would have been a lot more apropos. The third beat the clock challenge match. Dolph Ziggler, Mark Henry. A very weird match because their styles do not mesh. Almost at all. Ziggler tried to go for a famouser, but was in the bizarre spots, looked more like a leg lariat instead. And I was like, alright, this is a bizarre match to watch. Hit the zigzag, wasn't able to cover Henry in time. So Rob Van Dam's taking on Bad News Barrett. And then Barrett shows up and lays out Rob Van Dam. So they're in London. No William Regal match, no Wade Barrett match. Okay, doesn't make any sense. You think you would have seen a William Regal match or a Wade Barrett match. Because they're in England. London, England. You would have your English guys have wrestling matches. But they didn't. But Paige had to have a match against Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox making some great headway. Her character makes sense. Nice, vicious match. Paige at the page turner. Fox kicks out. Fox then carries her in almost like a pump handle drop style and more or less throws her into the steel ring post, then rolls her in for a pin. Really bizarre looking finish, but looked great. Lisa Fox with a new vicious persona, great. I mean, she's actually probably had some of the better matches in the past couple of weeks. If you watched SmackDown last week, you got to see a horrible match between Natalya and Nikki Bella with Ava Marie as the guest referee. Watch it on the E's YouTube channel, and you'll ruffle copter the whole time. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. R-Truth is going to take on Fandango. Of course, it's London, so the crowd goes nuts for Fandango. Then Summer Rae's music hits. Summer Rae kisses Fandango, and then attacks Layla. And there's no Fandango match. Okay. Seemed kind of random. Shield cuts a great promo about facing Evolution. Evolution in the back talking about the match between Batista and Seth Rollins. Great match. All three members of the Shield have beautiful futures ahead of them, depending on how they're booked. They made mention it's only people who are there for official business. Triple H comes down, he's your ring announcer. Orton comes down, well, he's your timekeeper. Seth Rollins grabs a mic and says, we'll have two guest commentators. It's Reigns and Ambrose. Ambrose is just... he's liquid gold on the mic. It's ridiculous. Fantastic. It's a great job talking through the match, running down JBL and everyone else. They cut to commercial, and he just throws it like a one-liner. He's like, stay tuned, and they go to commercial. One of the best segues is just someone just acknowledging they're going to commercial, and then just being like, keep watching. Great stuff. So of course, this match has to break down. Triple H assaults Rollins, so then Rollins wins by DQ. They do the random, multiple person beatdown encounters. Their match at Payback is now no holds barred elimination. Which leads me to believe that Daniel Bryan is probably not going to wrestle in the Payback. Next week, Daniel Bryan will have to show because that's going to happen to his titles. To be honest, I think that they were to strip him of the titles, I would love to see a small tournament to be done to decide who the champion's going to be. I think a great person to hold that belt would be Triple H. Now before I'm going to somebody throw a thing this way, Triple H holds the belt. There's really no one for him to feud with for a little while. He could have a throwaway match where he takes on John Cena. Then you have Orton get involved. Because all you need to do is you need to do just roughly 1 or 2 months of filler. Daniel Bryan comes back. Daniel Bryan versus Triple H for the title. That's a pretty money feud right there. Those two guys having a knockdown, drag-out brawl. Winner gets the gold. And if you have that happen, that'll probably be your June pay-per-view, July pay-per-view. That could almost potentially be like the SummerSlam main event. That's a pretty solid main event. Because remember SummerSlam last year? Daniel Bryan won the belt. Triple H screwed him out of it. That could actually work for a pretty decent series. You really do nothing when it comes to Payback. You end up having Triple H either win it through a tournament or whatever, or to have it awarded to him. Or again, you do a light tournament style. You crown your winner at your next pay-per-view. You lead up into SummerSlam, Triple H Daniel Bryan for the title. That's a pretty solid feud. But, so we'll find out next week.